Hello, this is Joel with Total Event Audio and Lighting. I was going to go over my ceremony system that I use. This is the JBL Eon 1 battery. This is the old model. They have a newer one. The benefit of the newer one is it does have some feedback suppression built in. It is battery powered. And of course it has an onboard mixer built in. So I usually set this like the second row from the back or off to the side of the ceremony area. And then what I do is run mics to these two channels, and of course I have additional channels if I need them. Here you can plug in my iPad for the ceremony music. And of course it also has a pass-through, two different sets of pass-throughs with its own volume control, so that if you have a videographer they can record it. This is just the easiest. I know people talk about the eVerse 8 and all that, but I tell you what, I've had, multiple people with instruments, and it just works great. If I need additional mixers, of course, I've hooked extra mixers up to it when I've had like 3 or 4 band members hook up to it. What I also use to connect to that is, so I have a complete battery operated systems. I use the Sennheiser G4s, and of course I have them labeled like this is the efficient. So this, it plugs into the back of here for my efficient. Now I don't plug it directly into it. I actually use an extension cable, and I'll talk about that here in a second. But you can see this is the battery pack I'll put on the efficient, and these are and they're battery operated, so I got a fully battery system. So what I do is I carry a lighting stand with me right here, and I flip this out, and then what this does, this slips right over this. So I slide this down in here, and of course you could use anything. I just used some old light fixtures I had, and screwed them in the top. And then what I do is run this using a XLR cable all the way to my speaker. And usually I put this up near the ceremony area. Now, not outside the ceremony. I'll usually put it like right beside the ceremony area, so that way I don't get dropouts. And I've tried other, I could get, the only other thing I've thought about doing is getting paddles, but then I have to have power and that kind of stuff, and I really don't want that. So to prevent dropouts, I would put this as close to where the efficient and the groomer are going to be, or my wireless handheld's going to be, but off to the side or out of sight where it can't be seen. And of course I raise it up as high as I can, and I don't have any dropouts if I do that. So what I'm going to do is do a little bit of upgrade, or try an upgrade on it. So right now, like, I have 30 feet of 3 30-foot XLR cables in here. Now I don't always need all 30 feet of it, but I have 3 25s and 3 10-feet ones. And what I usually do is hook that up and, like I say, run it up front. But what I'm going to do now is, recently I purchased these Garrett with Cat 5. So I have the 50-foot Cat 5 cable here with a Garrett XLR box. So I'm going to try Cat 5 over XLR. Sorry, XLR over Cat 5. So this is my Garrett Cat 5 50 feet. I went ahead and got 50. I was going to get shorter, like 30, but then I'm like, I'll just go buy one cable and then only use what I need. I haven't taken these out. They have 2 different types you can order here. You can order the boxes So that's where your Cat 5 cable goes into. That's and of course this is a shielded one. This is a high quality one, shielded one. And then it's basically ether con cable is what they call that. And then so here's this first time I opened this box. So has 4, so you can run 4 over a Cat 5, which is about, that's, you know, almost 98% of my weddings. I'm not going to need more than 4. I also planned that if I want to run a speaker up front, to get reverse adapters for this so that I can use one of these to go back for putting a speaker up front. So I'll run out off the pass-through down here, run a speaker up front. So if I need an extra speaker for a ceremony where I have a lot of guests, that is my plan as well. So, and then there's your other end. So this end is going to go where my receivers will be, near the ceremony area, and then I'm going to run Cat 5 instead of 3 XLRs, so 1 Cat 5 cable to my mixer and plug these in the mixer and test it out. Haven't used it yet, but we'll see. This is the first time I opened it. Now if you look at these, they're labeled 1 and 2, so that's how you can identify which ones they are. There's a total of 4. There's 1 and 2. So I have it all hooked up now. You can see I have channel 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm going to only test channel 1. And then I have my power con plugged into the outlet box with the 4. And so this is way better. I only run 1 small cable. And it's long enough that I can run around if I have to and hide it. I have the receiver hooked up down here. Now usually, like I said, I usually put it on a stand or hide it behind. I try to get as close to them as possible just because I rather be safe than sorry. But you see I have it plugged into number 1 there, so it's going in there. I have it turned on, so I just turned this on and you can hear it's already picking me up. So usually I can get quite a ways from this antenna. I think I've been as far as like 100 feet, but again, I like to keep it within 10 to 15 feet of the bride and groom so it doesn't work. But you can see my speakers way up there, right? So that gives me a lot of range and flexibility. If, for example, if I'm in a building where there's lots and lots of RF interference, I've had to do this. I do it in buildings where somebody needs an extra connection, extra mic, like I'm using a venue with a system and I need an extra system. So you can see it's working great. So I actually am happy about the quality of the sound as well. So it doesn't sound any less. So I think I'm going to move forward with this, and that way I only got to run 1 cable. So I'm really happy with it. Anyway, I just wanted to share my system and some of the upgrades I was doing to it. Thank y'all.